And also any Diah Ayu Puspa from Purbalingga, welcome. And also any friends from Papua is Kosim. And also any again we are Dianti dari Maluku. And also Widianingsih, welcome from Grobogan, Jawa Tengah. Ada juga yang dari Teluk Kuantan, Kabupaten Kuansin, Provinsi Riau, hadir. Monggo silakan bergabung.
Pipi absen, Sepi.
Ada juga dari Sifaul Janah dari Lampung. Oke. Oh, ada Mr. Chimens Guterres dari Timor-Leste. Selamat bergabung lagi ya, Pak. Welcome and join. Ada juga dari Kalimantan Selatan. Selamat bergabung. Ada juga yang dari mana lagi nih? Oh, Ungaran dari Jawa Tengah ya, Semarang. Okay, good morning, Miss Ayam Siti Lamsia. Okay, good morning from here also. From Cimanggu, Bogor, Jawa Barat. Okay, welcome and join. And also, oh, Mr. Domingos. What can I call? Yeah, what is your name? Oh, sorry. What can I call your name?
I'm Domingos, the Sousa Freitas.
Okay, so I can call you Mr. Domingos.
The name, you can just call me Nido.
Domido. Okay, Mr. Domido.
You can have a look here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too. And good morning. We will start maybe 3 minutes again, and you can stand by here.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Take your time.
Yeah. Oh, here is also Mr. Dr. Gururaj.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, good morning from here.
Very good morning to all.
Okay, how are you today?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay,
we
will, yeah, me too. We will start this international webinar maybe 1 minute again, and we will prepare this. And the first speaker is Mr. Dr. Gururaj, and then the second speaker is Mr. Domingos, and then the last is Mrs. Santi Widiastuti.
Okay.
Okay. Oke, ya, karena sekarang udah jam 10.08, it's time to open this international webinar. So I will open this international webinar first. Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome back to international webinar today with the machine learning application for food engineering. So the Honorable Dr. Joseph M.Kom, Rector of STEKOM University, the Honorable Dr. Gururaj H.L., Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, India, the Honorable Mr. Domingos de Sousa, STMT, Universidade Oriental Timor-Leste, Lorosa'e, the Honorable Mrs. Santi Widiastuti, STMT STEKOM University, and the Honorable fellow student, ladies and gentlemen. So good morning, everyone. Before we start the session, let me introduce myself. My name is Azida. I am graphic design study program at STEKOM University, and I am master of ceremony on this event today. And with my friends, she is Mrs. Novita. She is Miss Novita. And will join with us on the presentations. And then, first of all, I would like to welcome and join to this international webinar about machine learning application for food engineering held by University of Science and Computer Technology, STEKOM University, in collaboration with Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, India, and Universidade Oriental Lorosa'e, Timor-Leste. So before we start this international webinar, let's read the schedule of this event that will take place. First session is opening, and then the second is Sing Indonesia National Anthem. And the third is opening speech by Rector of STEKOM University. And fourth is presentation by speakers. And then the fifth session is Q&A session. And then the last is conclusion and closing. So the first session is opening. Let's open this international webinar today with a prayer according to each other belief. Pray, start. Okay, thank you. And then the second session is sing the Indonesian national anthem. So now let's sing Indonesian national anthem together, please. Okay, thank you. And then the next session is opening speech by Rector STEKOM University. So, Mrs. Novita. Miss Novita?
Yeah.
Okay, you can handle it.
Thank you everyone for the next session. Thank you everyone for the next session.
Suaranya kecil itu.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Yeah. The second session is opening speech by Rector of STEKOM University. He is also Director of Creative Digital Economy Development of PTIC. So for Dr. Joseph
University, Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso.
So sorry, I think she have a bad connection. So so sorry, Mr. Dr. Joseph. Are you ready to get this? Okay.
Check sound.
Yeah, we can hear your voice.
Okay. Mr. Dr. Gururaj. Hello. Good morning.
Very good morning.
I'm very pleased that you can give speak to these international webinars. I'm very appreciated. And Mr. Domingos de Sousa, can you speak Indonesian?
I can speak Indonesian and also in my presentation I'm going to use in English.
Oh, so apa kabar?
Baik, terima kasih. Apa kabarnya di sana?
Oh, okay. So, and also Miss Santi. Hello. Saya harap bisa performa dengan baik. Ya. Oke. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The honorable our speakers today, Dr. Gururaj HL from Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, India, and Mr. Domingos de Sousa from Universidade Oriental Timor Lorosa'e, and Miss Santi Widiastuti from STEKOM University Indonesia, and also all of distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, may I first take this occasion to pay tribute to all the audience of this international webinar with the title Machine Learning Application for Food Engineering, held by Universitas Sains and Teknologi Komputer, or STEKOM University, in collaboration with Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering India and Universidade Oriental Timor-Leste. It is a great pleasure and an honor for me to deliver these welcome remarks at the opening of this international webinar. May I first take this opportunity to express my gratitude and appreciation, as well as extend a cordial welcome to all the audience, in particular of the speakers of today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic of today's webinar is about machine learning application, especially for food engineering students. As we know that in this globalization era, the development of technology are going fast. As time goes by, the need for technology is even greater, especially since information and communication technology can provide great convenience in all fields, such as in education, banking, industry, agriculture, and so on. This information and communication technology requires a software that can be accessed through a standalone computer or network-based or internet-connected. Ladies and gentlemen, food engineering and technology is the applied science dedicated to the study of food. The term food engineering defines food science in simpler terms as the application of the basic science and engineering to study the physical, chemical, and biochemical nature of the food and principles of food processing. Food engineering encompasses a wide range of activities. Food engineers are employed in various fields like food processing, food machinery, packaging, ingredients manufacture, instrumentation, and control. In development of food engineering, one of the many challenges is to be employed modern tools and knowledge such as computational, material science, and nanotechnology to develop new products and processes. Simultaneously, improving quality, safe, and security remains critical issues in study of food engineering study. Ladies and gentlemen, based on the information above, we can conclude that the usage of machine learning that applied in food industry is important nowadays. In Indonesia, which has a lot of food products, technology is needed to facilitate food processing, starting from production, processing, packaging, and also distribution. As a university that focuses in IT, I hope that our students can give their contribution also in food industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope through this webinar, we can get more information about machine learning application for food engineering. To conclude, I would like to extend my appreciation to the International Affairs Organization of STEKOM University for making these international webinars. And finally, I wish you to enjoy the webinar today. Let's pray that our effort remain in the blessing of God Almighty. Amen. Thank you very much. Ms. Azet, you can continue.
Oh, okay, sorry. Thank you for your opening speech, Dr. Joseph. So we hope the opening speech from Dr. Joseph was able to make the audience more enthusiastic and in participating in this event until it's what finished. So now is next session. This is the main session. It is presentation from speakers. Okay, Miss Novita, are you standing by here?
Yes, you can
Okay,
hear me?
you can handle it now.
Yeah.
Suaranya kecil.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for Dr. Joseph for another speech. Now, and the next session. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah. We have next speaker. First, we have Dr. Gururaj from Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering. So the time is yours, Mr. Gururaj. Are you ready for
Yes.
presentation? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'm so sorry. I will say to Dr. Gururaj. Dr. Gururaj, we have 15 until 20 minutes to presentation. And you can start your share screen right now.
Yes, very good morning to all present here, and a warm welcome to everyone for this international webinar, along with the rector of this university and my co-speakers. I'm happy to have on this international webinar. Shall I share the screen, or I have already shared the presentation with you people?
Yeah,
Will
you
you guys
can.
share this? Okay, I'll do it. No worries. Kindly acknowledge once the screen visible.
Yes. Okay, we can see it right now. Yeah.
Yes, wonderful. Okay, the topic which I'm delivering right now is called machine learning and its applications in food engineering. And we have to step on to what is machine learning. Machine learning is a part of artificial intelligence. We all know that. If you want to classify any emails, like it might be primary, social, and promotional emails, before 10 years and all, everything will be in one folder called as inbox. But nowadays, all the inbox mails will be classified. How they will be classified? They all classify with the help of machine learning technique. Okay. Similarly, we have a recommendation system of a movie. Correct. How the movies based on the genre of a person. If I really wanted to watch comic movies, or I really wanted to watch any kind of something like sentimental movies or adventure movies, I can watch in the further recommendations also. And this also because of machine learning. Okay. Similarly, if you have considered the GPS location system, if you want to travel from one place to other place using your own vehicle, it will give an option of switching on your internet, and it will also make you to locate the position. Along with that, it will also nowadays tell you the information regarding the traffic. Please don't go in this way. It's going to have a huge traffic in this way. Correct? So these kind of machine learning, these are the typical examples for machine learning for the better understanding. Okay, but having this in your mind, we can say what exactly the machine learning is a sub branch of artificial intelligence that provides systems the ability to automatically learn and improve from experiences without being explicitly programmed. Okay, that is the overall meaning of machine learning. And machine learning is broadly divided into three categories: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Supervised learning is one mechanism in which the inputs will be labeled, the data will be labeled data sets. Okay, and all the training data set will be labeled. And once a model is ready, if I give the input data, it will predict whether the data is what type of class it belongs to based on the labels, and it will give the label. In this example, you can see here I have set of apples and set of cupcakes, and I have labeled the apple based on the size, color, and the specification. I have named it as apples, and the similar way, I have set of cupcakes and have based on the color, size, and other parameters, I have named them as cupcakes. Okay, so once I train this model based on these category of inputs, once I'll give a new data which is unseen for me, and this model will predict a data it's as a cupcake or it might be an apple. Okay, so this is the fantastic meaning of supervised learning. The other category of learning we have called as unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning, the data will be completely raw data. We don't have any labeled classification for that. Okay, and based on the raw data, the machine will determine machine will perform the operation, and based on the certain features and categories, it is going to divide the data into respective features. Based on that, it will decide whether it's a triangle in this example, whether it's a circle, or whether it's a square. Okay. So in case of supervised learning, the data are labeled. In case of unsupervised learning, the data are unlabeled. We have the third category of learning called as reinforcement learning. In reinforcement learning, we used to teach or train a dog. In a similar way, the machine also works. If as we train the dog, if the dog performs well, will give a biscuit, correct? No, will give something else, correct? No, similar way, if the dog does a mistake, will punish them. Okay. Similarly, the machine also does the operation. Okay. These are three important categories of machine learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Okay, so within that we have a lot of algorithms. We have roughly I had taken 2-3 algorithms to explain for your better understanding. One of the famous clustering algorithm is called as k-mean clustering. K stands for number of clusters which we are going to divide. In this example, we have commonly used an Euclidean distance formula for this. That is summation of j is equal to 1 to k, summation of I is equal to 1 to n. That is x1 y square, the first ordinate, minus the center of that particular cluster. Let us assume we have three clusters: cluster 1 in blue color, cluster 2 in green color, and cluster 3 in orange color. Let me assume a centroid position somewhere here. Similarly, the centroid position also somewhere here. Similarly, the centroid position for this orange color also somewhere here. And each and every element that lies in this particular range of operation, it will calculate the distance with the centroid value. And once the value is very near to it, it will be considered to that particular cluster. Okay, this is one example for k-means cluster. Similarly, we have name-based classification. It will work with the help of probability. I think many of you people know about the probability. Basically, as I mentioned, the example of the classification of the emails, that will work same as of your name-based algorithm. It will divide based on the input words as spam mails, or the other input mails as inbox mails, correct? No, this will work with the help of name-based algorithm. Naive-Bayes takes the operation of probability. Probability of A divides B, or probability of A given B is equal to probability of B given A into probability of A divided by probability of B. Okay, so there's a formula that will be used to calculate the Naive-Bayes classification. Similarly, we have one more important finest classification algorithm called as decision trees. And decision trees basically works with two facets. One is induction and one is pruning. Induction is a process of adding the nodes to the network, and pruning is a process of deleting the nodes to the network. Okay, and in the addition trees, it's a binary tree, and each and every node will be divided into binary two things. One is left and one is right, and this is a subtree, and this is also a subtree. And the last node of a tree is called as leaf nodes, and we can call them as we can also call them as decision nodes. Okay, if I want to play out and play a game, I have to check out whether the weather is summer or whether the weather is rainy. If it is rainy, I have to be in the home and I have to play something else. If it is summer, I can play group games, I can play individual games. So it's branch out. Okay. So at the end of the day, it will come up with the decisions. Okay. Now we are into a part of major important concept of food engineering. See, food engineering is a multidisciplinary branch of applied physical sciences which combines science, microbiology, and engineering knowledge for food and related industries. It does not mean that it will talk about only food production. No, it will also talk about diverse environments, like it might be quality of the food, it might be R&D, research and development of the food science or food culture, sales of the food, marketing of the food, manufacturing of the food, teaching, and also it will be used in government sectors. Okay. So let me explain few very important applications of food engineering in under 10 to 12 minutes. Okay. See, the very important, especially this COVID or the coronavirus, teaches the hygienity and the cleanliness of the food. Correct? No? See where the food has been grown up and how the food will be served. That also plays a very, very, very important role nowadays, correct? So engineering is an added advantage for that. Instead of manually checking all the things, we have an advantage of automation with the help of engineering and science and technology. Okay. Let me go with the first important application of food engineering, machine learning, applications of food engineering. Okay. See, one typical application is categorizing of the vegetables. For example, if you go to a market and if you want to buy a tomato, how you used to buy, you will take the tomato, you will see to it the color, whether it's good or it's all the dimensions of the tomato you are going to measure, correct? No? If you feel that the tomato or the vegetable is good, you'll put it in your basket. Similarly, there is a technology that is an improvised sorting we have. The machine will see the food, the machine will see the food as the customers will see. As we will see in our naked eyes, the machine will also see the tomatoes and it will categorize. Okay, how it is going to categorize? There are four categories: Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D. In Group A, the tomatoes are really good, and we can call them as threshold value of 90%. They will have a threshold values. Okay, and based on the size, shape, and color. If the tomato is somewhat not completely ripened, it's halfly ripened, we can put it in the second basket, that is Group B. If the tomatoes are not at all good, somewhat good, but it is not at all edible to it, we can put it in the third basket. If the tomatoes are not at all good, completely ruptured and something happened, it will be in the fourth basket. This is the way how the food improved sorting can be categorized, and we can apply the machine learning technique. How the machine learning technique, we can apply supervised learning technique with the help of shape, size, and color, and we label them with different names. If the category is, if the input label is completely ripened, completely colored, we can put it in a Group A. It's a class, Group A tomato, Group B tomato. Similarly, we can have four categories. As I mentioned, we food in the same way the customers do. The same way how the customers weave the food, similar way the consumers also, the machine also does the same operation. The second important application of food engineering is personal hygiene. Okay, we have to ensure whether the food is safe, especially in this particular situation. And a company called Kankan, they come up with a completely hygiene technology, and they got the accuracy of 96%. How it is accurate, I'll tell you. If you go to a hotel or if you go to some good restaurant, and when you want to have your food, you have to verify whether the person who is cooking or baking the food is secure and safe, correct? No? So how it can be measured? That can be measured with the help of one famous, again, machine learning technique called as reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is a technique in which if the person if forgot to wear the hand gloves, or forgot to wear the head mask, or forgot to wear the face mask, it will be identified with red color. If the person very have everything in their head, mask, and hand gloves, he will be identified as one. Understand? And this we can apply with the help of reinforcement learning. You can check out in this diagram. If this lady is forgot to wear face mask, and he forgot to wear the hand gloves also, and he will be identified with the help of red color. If a person with completely hand mask and face gloves and everything will be identified with the help of white box. Okay, so this kind of mistakes will be identified, and this is how we can apply the reinforcement learning for this technology, and we can able to punish this lady with the help of cut off 0.1 salary percentage. And if any person who does without fail all the days he wear the mask, wear the gloves, he will be awarded with some goodies. Okay, so this is what exactly how the machine learning reinforcement learning applied for this hygiene technology. And we also we all depend upon the new products to come into picture, correct? No? But manually cooking everything, and we don't know what the inputs we have to give, and we don't know the end material also. We'll be surprised to know the end material. So there is a technology called gastrograph. You don't want to cook in your home to check out the output of it. You can have the operation automatically also with the help of the machine learning technology. How it does? The machine, for example, the machine is automated in such a way that if you want to prepare some item, you have to select the item. Let me assume 2 tomatoes. You have to click the tomato or vegetable section, and you have to select that. And then you have to take the sugar, an example. If any item that is prepared with the help of sugar, it will give a result as sweet. It will give if there's something with the help of salt, it will give a result as salty. If something with the help of bitter things, it will give a result as bitter. See, based on the ingredients and its quantity, it will give the proportionately, it will give the output also. And also it will give the output in such a way that whether the food is edible for elder people, whether this food is eligible for a kid. This all dimension will also analyze with the help of this gastrograph artificial intelligence. And you don't want to cook in your house and you have to verify the new product. Okay, once the product is released and that will be verified by government organization, that is research and development, yes, the food is valid and it will be released. Okay, so this is one more important technology called as gastrograph. And yes, and the complete food items or food things are depend upon one of the primary animal called as cattle. I think we all know that is a milk product. I think we all know that, correct? No, so there is one machine learning technology we can apply for this cattle facial recognition called as lameness of the cattle, lameness of the cattle with the help of images, by capturing the images, and that will result the quality of the milk, and also that will result with the quantity of the milk. Okay, understood. See, these are the 3 important dimensions which we have to know about the cattle also, because if the cattle is healthy, we'll get huge quantity of milk and the quality of the milk will be always good. If the cattle is having the lameness, we have to identify that dizziness and we have to treat the cattle early in the early stage. Why? Because most of the, especially the Indian food products, are completely depend upon the cattle milk itself. And the one more important cleaning equipment we have called a SOCIP, self-optimizing cleaning place, or SOCIP. See, this is a technology in which we don't want to wash the vessels. We have to verify to wash the vessels. No, there is a technology in which it will does all the job in place, and it will avoid. It's a UK company, UK-based company. They come up with the SOCIP. And you don't want to check the vessel, it is washed properly or not. You don't want to check the any utensils that will be served in the restaurant, whether they have washed it or not. You can also have the food alarms. Why? Because they all underwent with this SOCIP technology with the help of ultrasonic sensing and optical fluorescent imaging. It will check out, it will give a threshold value. If it is above 9 it is valid. If it is below 5, the vessels are not washed properly and we have to send back. Understood? See, this is one important technology where we can keep our hygienity properly and we can maintain the sustainability, called as SOCIP. And one more important technology called as drones. Why? Because this drones also plays a very important role, because the food science of food, where we grow the soil, correct? No, so it will identify the early stages of disease with the plants, and that will be notified to the respective farmers, and they have to take care about the things. Why? Because all the food items or food ingredients what we're going to use, all it will be grown in the with the help of the farm field itself. So the identification of the leaf diseases, identification of the plant diseases, identification of the food crops, that will be designed with the help of this drones, with the help of machine learning. Exactly, the chat bots for the farmers also plays a role, and especially in India, 70% of the people depend upon the agriculture, and especially the chat bots plays a very important role. We all know that. What's the meaning of chat bots? Or in the local language, which we help the farmers to know the inputs towards their crop or the water or the irrigation or whatever, they will take the respective action. Okay, and if they want some inputs, like I'm growing apples from past 10 years, I don't want to grow the apples again, what I have to do, correct? Now, so these kind of inputs will be given by the chatbots, okay, with the localized language chatbots with machine learning technology by default. Same way as I mentioned, remote sensing with the help of crop health monitoring, whether the crop is healthy or the crop got some property with part of the crop has been vanished. That will be notified and that will be identified by the remote sensing, and that will be informed. Especially, it will be informed to the respective farmers. This is a situation where we can avoid. I think India is I want to mention this right now. India is a place in which 70% of the farmers depend upon the agriculture, and they are the backbones of our nation. And many people, many farmers, they will suicide themselves because of the bankrupt or money loss. Okay, these kind of things can be avoided with the help of this kind of remote sensing or crop health monitoring. Yes, we are into one of the important research problem statement right now called as malnutrition or nutrition of a kid. Okay, see, the kid will eat the food. It does not mean that the kid is healthy, the kid is very fat. No, it does not mean that he is fit and fine. The nutrition and malnutrition of a kid will be identified based on the quality and the height and weight. According to proportionate weight, there's bone strength and everything will matters. Correct? No? If a person he eats well and is very fatty, he is healthy. No, it's not that. Okay, so how it depends whether the kid is nutrition or malnutrition based on where the crop will be grown up. Okay, if the crop is grown in a particular soil where the soil is completely nutrition, the soil should be nutrition first. It should have sufficient minerals, it should have sufficient water irrigation, and then only we can call the soil is good. In that soil, if we grow any food crops, it might be vegetables, fruits, or whatever, and that based on this relation, we can tell the crop is nutrition or the crop is malnutrition. Okay, so this is one research problem statement which we are also working in our lab or in our research problems. Okay, so I'm done with my presentation, and if you have any doubt at any point of time, please put up your question. I'm very happy to answer all your questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Gururaj. We have Q&A session on the last session. This is after the last speaker, so we can continue to the next speakers first, and then you can stand by until the Q&A session. Maybe everyone or audience wanna ask some question to you.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. Of course. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you for presentation. It's really extraordinary material for today. And okay, everyone, we have Q&A session after the last speakers. And then, okay, before we continue to the next speakers, let's give the conclusion for Mr. Gururaj's presentations. And he speaks about machine learning and its application in food engineering. Type of machine learning is supervised it for predict the next value for text driven, and then the second is unsupervised, or this is for identify cluster on data driver, and then the last is reinforcement, learn from mistakes. And then he also explained about innovations, challenge in food science and engineering, application of machine learning in food engineering, and also personal hygiene, developing the new product, plant leaf disease detection, and face recognition system for domestic cattle, and then the cleaning process equipment, drone for crop spraying, and then chatbot for farmer, and remote sensing, that is crop health monitoring. And then the last is malnutrition in the machine learning. So if you guys have a question, you can write the questions in the chat room, or you can raise hand on the Q&A session after the last speaker. So now Miss Novita, hello.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
you can continue to the next speaker.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. For the next session, we have Mr. Domingos from National University of Timor-Leste. So, Mr. Domingos, the time is yours.
Oh, sorry, Miss Novita, Mr. Domingos.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he have a bad connection. If you guys, if you have a question, you can write that on the chat room, and we will wait for a moment. Mr. Domingos.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I can hear your voice. Sorry,
Okay.
you have 15 minutes until maybe 20 minutes to presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me in this seminar. My name is Domingos de Freitas. My talk today on study on the production of palm wine to local liquor was Sabu with traditional method for improved livelihood. A case study in Laklubar, Manatutu Municipality and West Timor, Indonesia. This is my outline of presentation. First, introduction. Second, research objective. 3, research methodology. 4, result and discussion. And 5, conclusion. And my future plan. So at the end of my presentation, you will come to know the modified device that we offer to the community in very remote area.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Domingos.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We cannot see your share screen. Maybe you can share screen first.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Now we can see right now. You can continue.
You. So, as I mentioned before, this is my outline of presentation today. First, introduction. Second, research objective. Third, research methodology. Fourth, result and discussion. And fifth, conclusion. And sixth, my future plan. So at the end of my presentation, you will come to know the modified device that we offer to solve problem community face in very remote area. So this is the overview of Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste actually a tropical country that is located in Southeast Asia with the population around 1.2 million and over 80% of the people are depend on agriculture. So this is the area where we perform research. Manatutu municipality, it's about 2 hours away by car. And the total population in this municipality around 46,000. And also the area about 1,782 kilometers square. There are 6 sub-districts in this area, like Bariki, Natarbora. We call it village, and also Laklo and Laklubar, Lalea, Manatutu, and Sebada. So we perform research in Laklubar. So I will show you the reason why we perform research in Laklubar in my next presentation. As I mentioned before, Timor-Leste is a tropical country that has a varied plant of wild almond that grows particularly in area that have economic value. You can see from these photos, like we have varieties of palm trees in Timor-Leste, coconut, toddy palm, and also coconut palm, and Arenga pinnata palm, and also sound palm. So this kind of palm trees that we will convert to local liquor, we call it tuasabu. The area that we perform research in Manelima or Lala Batara village, this is a very remote area, as I also already mentioned. This is the capital where I live, where I work. From Dili to Laklubar, as I mentioned before, around 2 hours, because the road condition is so bad, so it might take time to reach there. In Laklubar, we also found like coffee bean, that's place. So this is the information for sub-district in Lakluba, as identified as farmer. Batara, about household, about 427 men and female. And the producer in this village, about 85%. And also we perform research in Manalima, also 85%. And also Orlala, 85%. So most people living in this area are really depend on producing tuasab as their livelihood. So I visited to this place. The local liquor sources are tapped from palm trees or palm sugar. In one day, the people tapped like 1 to 25 trees in a day, with amount of juice like 40 to 60 liters per day. They produce it in per day. So this is the photo that I took with the people who tapped the palm juice. This is Mr. Antonio, and I am in the middle of them. And two of my students, we went there to perform this research. This is the name of Arenga Pinata palm trees in the world. For especially Timor-Leste, we call it Tua Talimeta, and also Tua Akadiru, and also Tua Tali, and Tua Nu, as I already saw in my previous photos. So this is we visit in Laklubar, and we found that people are really depend on production of tuasabu. The tuasabu originally from Arenga Pinata. The juice they transform to tuasabu. So we found that the material that the community used to produce local liquor remain very traditional method, which involves a lot of biomass and potential cost to environmental problem, health hazard, circulating fume at indoor during cooking period. So you can see this in these photos, Miss Carmida Suarez, whom cook local liquor using conventional methods. So she spent about during his her young cooking this liquor, and now she look all, and she's still cooking. And two of her son now he sent to university, and one is now teaching lecture in the university, and another one is still in the university. So by his economy is mainly from selling this product to local market in Timor-Leste. So this is my photos. You can see once the liquor has been made, and they store in the bottle, aqua bottle, and also like jerk. You can see in here in the photos. And we also make it like tuasabu. They made it in first grade, second grade, and third grade. What does it mean? The first grade is the alcohol level is very high, and the second grade might be medium, and the third grade might be the girls can drink. So my research objective is first to analyze the conventional material used to produce sabu facilities and its proposed of converting palm wine to local liquor in Orlala, Manelima, and Batara, Sukus. And the second, to identify the level of indoor foam during cooking sabu. And third, proposing business model in the community to enhance their production ability and improve the product quality. So next Monday, I will travel to another municipality to do research and to show the modified device that we have just performed in my mechanical engineering department. So this is the research methodology that we use. First, we visit to the field. We observing the conventional device and its process on producing local liquor, and interview local liquor producer. You can see photos here on the roof of the house, it's produce great amounts of foam, and the lady cooking this liquor inside of this house with her baby, like it's a 1 year's baby, and also her mom. So I came inside the house and measured the foam inside, and also observing the conventional device. We also use the thermometer digital to measure the temperature, which is in the pot. And also we measuring CO2 emission indoor during cooking liquor. You can see my photos here. So I'm using the device to measure like the level alcohol level, I mean. And third, we would like to offer technical solution for the issues the community face in the rural area. So the properties of conventional device, you can see from these photos, like this is the pot, and they put huge amount of biomass and fire it, and then within like 5 hours, they still will go up here, and the tuas sabun will flow to this bamboo. And finally, there will be a zerk at the end of this bamboo, and they will store it. So you can see from the right hand side, a different device that community use in the remote areas. So as I mentioned before, that the process of produce tuas sabun use traditional method. They use originally from arenga pinata, toddy palm. So once they got juice, they can sell immediately to get money. But if they want to convert it to liquor, they have to go through this process. This is the pot. They put the juice in the pot and they glue it, and then they put on the fire. They put a fire like this, and then finally they got the final liquid. They put in the jar. So once they got the final result like this, then they will sell it. So there will be two methods. Juice can sell immediately, or after convert to liquor, then sell in the local market. So this is the result that I would like to show you. In the first column, you can see there are four places we will visit, like in Batara 1, Fatuha, Batara 2, Fatuha, and Orala, Turilala, and Orala, Turilala 2. So here you can see from the column, like first producer cook 50 liter of juice, and then they got grade 1 like 11 liters, and then grade 2 like 4 liters, and grade 3 5 liters. You can see this all. This is the amount of juice that they cook, and 60 liter and 35 liters. So we visit like 4 producers in four different places in Batara, Laklubar. So this is we also, once we visited there, we also observing the way they cut the biomass. You can see here, environmental concern. They cut huge amount of trees in the mountains, and they make it dry, and then they fire it. So you can see from this column, like the amount of biomass they fire, and the volume of I would say tuas sabun. You can see here the blue line is biomass, and the red column is the volume of the tuas sabun, and also the price. So once they cook huge amount of juice, of course they will involve huge amount of biomass. And also it will be produced like in my previous slide, they just produce like 11 liters. So it's very small, but they make like environmental and also produce fume, and also the quality is not so good. So during cooking sabu, release huge amount of fume indoor that cause to respiratory disease. You can see from these photos on the top of the roof, it's released huge amount of fume. And also it caused to cooker safety. There was no properly safety equipment in place to prevent fire. So once it's happened fire, then the producer might be died in place. So it's very risky. So this is the device innovation that we have been proposed. So this is the first device, modified device, which is done by my final year student. And this one is the second modified device that we would like to offer, which is done by student, my final year student. And this is the property of this device. You can see the capacity of boiler 40 liter and the maximum of palm that we can cook like 15 liter to 35 liters. And the capacity of condenser, this is condenser, about 1.5 liter for the cooling, and also the helical, this helical 6 meter, and the heater here is 1.5 kV. And time of cooking is just 3 hours, compared to the device that community use about 12 hours to cooking to produce sabu. So that's all my presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation, Mr. Domingos. So before we continue to the next speakers, let me give the short conclusion. Mr. Domingos speaks about the Timor-Leste overview first, and then the Timor-Leste is a tropical country. It has built for food plant that grows in many particular areas across Timor-Leste, and he also gives us information about the kind of palm in Timor-Leste with liquor, and we can call that is sabu. And that process to converting palm wine to liquor or sabu with traditional process, as we can see at the last slide before. And then because of that, he makes device innovation, and that is modify the device, then get a new design, modern device with more phase to process and more safety. Okay, so Miss Novita.
Yeah, for the last session we have Mr. Santi Widiastuti from STEKOM University. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would like to share my PPT first.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you can see it?
Oh,
can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Thank you. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say thanks for the Honorable Mr. Dr. Yusuf, the Honorable Mr. Dr. Gururaj from India, and the Honorable Mr. Domingos from Timor-Leste, and all of audience in this event. It is good honor for me to have a presentation in front of distinguished audience. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Mrs. Santi Widiastuti. I'm a lecturer from graphic design in the STEKOM University. This is very special occasion. I would like to share about machine learning and artificial intelligence in food industry. There is a solution and potential. Okay, let's talk about application. What is the meaning of artificial intelligence and machine learning? Artificial intelligence and machine learning is a solution offer large possibilities to optimize and automate process, save costs, of course, and make less human error possible for many industries. Food and beverage is not an exception where it can be beneficially applied in this restaurant, bar, cafe business, as well as in food manufacturing. These two segments have common use case where all in the food industry can be applied, as well as different ones, which is linked to different problems that must be solved. Okay, first we have to analyze how about food market. I mean, knowing what a good to manufacture in large amount or what dishes are the best choice to include in your restaurant menu is the key to increase earning. After customer and market demands are changing very fast, and so it is even more important but to be one step ahead to take measure in time. Defining the most widespread tastes and preferences is the most valuable thing for a food business owner as well as for a food manufacturer. For example, the newest trend in food tech and are linked to stream of healthy lifestyle followers. In order to detect them, machine learning use data collection and classification method and deducts what food tech solution related trend are going to be on top very soon. A similar solution is given by Castograph artificial intelligence. It predicts flavor and preferences of customer and the pre-production stage, saving funds for future food techs and beverage business that will avoid spending money, of course, on low required production. And the artificial intelligence, I mean, food understand human perception of flavor of and preferences, dividing user to different demographic group and modeling their preference behavior or predicting what they want even more before they do. And this is food and beverage industry. There are two factors in there. I mean, number one, first, better hygiene. If every food factory needs to make sure that our hands are keep clean, and is it the factor number one to improve food safety? Also, it is very important to monitor to cooking. If the cooking crew keeps everything nice and clean in the restaurant kitchen. Surveillance system able to detect and track people, their movement and items to able with this text. There are such solutions as Kan artificial intelligence can be used by food tech companies in manufacturing or Fujitsu product also. They teach us about how can we clean our hand correctly with their sensor in their camera. Okay, number two, food and beverage supply chain optimization algorithm based on artificial neural network can monitor and checks the process of food delivery and good tracking at every step, making it safer and providing transparency. Also, it makes forecasts as to pricing and inventory, which is preserve extra costs. Now, let's see how applicable machine learning can be in the manufacturing and the restaurant business in different cases. There, machine learning application in food manufacturing. There are two factors. It can be influenced. Number one, supply chain optimization and it can less waste and more transparency. I mean, here, artificial intelligence in food manufacturing helps to monitor every stage in the process. It makes prediction as to the price and inventory management and track the path of goods from where they are grown and eventually to the place where customer get it. Ensuring the transparency as a solution such as a simple retail artificial intelligence enables us to estimate the demand for transportation, pricing, and inventory not to get an abundance of good that can turn was as a result. And number two, sorting food. It means optical sorting solution. Previously, a manufacturer had to hire many people for performing monotonous and routine action linked to fill the food selection. Now, instead of manually sorting large food amount by size and shape, so that it can be canned or bent, you can see all based solution to easily recognize which plant should be potato chip and where are better to use for French fries, vegetables, and often an appropriate color will also be sorted out by the same system, decreasing the chance that they are discarded by buyers. Food sorters and peeler developed by Torma, so better processing capability and availability, which give us food more quality and safety. And then number three, predictive maintenance, remote monitoring, and condition monitoring. It is obvious that manufacturers a lot of goods demand big, complicated, and intricately constructed mechanism. The maintenance of such machine can be rather costly without predictive maintenance, figuring out the time to repair and cost to repair indicators through categories issues and making predictive alerts. Timely repairs can save up to 15% maintenance time and reduce the cost needed for it to almost 10%. To perform remote monitoring and on complicated mechanism, you can make on a digital twin on a machine that will show you the forward data on parameter and multifactorial processes and boosts the throughput. Okay, I may want to show you a machine learning application in the restaurant business. What should we do? Number one, analytical solution for a better customer experience. I mean, if we have a customer with a better experience, it brings more repeat visit and of course, order in the result. Currently, there are several applications to the food service space that may help to forecast visitor traffic on different season and event. Food order and relevant inventory needs to this. Okay. There are cloud data, a big data solution, restaurant management platform to make the buying process easier. Application that allow connecting and pre-order a table in advance. And the other food selling site and application. Once you have defined what to produce, the next step is to make the best online service system for your food beverage business for people who discovered your existence through the internet or decide to expand your menu or the takeaway online. Say it will be on an online site that gives the best recommendation or makes the order process really quick, or at mobile application with a convenient and smart of artificial intelligence food system. And then artificial intelligence for online restaurant search. Restaurant, cafe, and bar, and also dependent on their rating and feedback on the internet. Nowadays, many customers get to know about their existence through Google Maps or searches. In this case, in artificial intelligence food service solution offer to unit the data from various food delivery program to give the user a hint for a cafe or a restaurant that might appeal to his taste and be relevant to the location. There are also artificial intelligence agents that notify client about any sales and event in their favorite restaurant via their most used platform like Twitter or Slack. There are another like voice searches, self-serving system, innovation in robotic for the food industry. And so I want to the next step in slide number 6. There are 3 topics in there. future application of artificial intelligence in food. Switzerland-based agricultural tech firm Gayama raised over $3.2 million in funding on artificial project. They use drone with hyperspectral cameras that detect changes in the water, fertilizer, pests, and crop yields. If we talk about the agricultural industry in the context of the food industry, there are a lot of room to grow. Farming is still added in many parts of our planet. Britain Institution of Mechanical Engineers claim that there are 515 billion liters of water waste annually in the crop production process. Like as the 77 lab, for example, already introduced smart food and could pick food straight from the pan, eliminating the ineffectiveness of human farm labor. They are automated pickers in the past, but their food robot or use machine learning and could tell the level of rips of the fruit, distinguish the fruits from other plants better and handle fruits more carefully. Okay, about benefit of artificial input. Recently, there are more and more companies are trusting artificial intelligence with improving supply chain management through logistic, predictive, analytic, and also editing transparency. Digitization of the supply chain ultimately drives revenue and provides a better understanding of the situation. Artificial intelligence can analyze the enormous amount of data that it is beyond human capability. I want to show you the mapping. Here's during about the 2019 until 2024 period, the food and beverage market is expected to register or CAGR of over 65.3%. The leader of the industry are already transforming their business by enabling cutting-edge technology in their process. North America is expected to be a significant part of this explosion. Take a look. The United States of America is a leading region in this area. In 2017, the USA was the second biggest region of the artificial intelligence industry market in the world, with 29.1% market share. North America has a really high level readiness for artificial intelligence adoption. That's why it is high automation potential that expected to occur at the regional level in the period between 2019 and 2030. And here is some of players in the artificial intelligence, like Choroma, Grive, Sesotech GmbH, K Technology Inc., Redtech Vision SPA, Rockwell Automation Inc., ABB Ltd., Honeywell International Inc., and among others. In March 2019, Tomra Sorting Recycling launched a cloud-based data on the platform. Tomra Insight will unlock new opportunities that sorting equipment user. This can confirm sorting for an operational process into a management tool for a fact-based decision making as each step of the value and production chain. In August 2018, K Technology introduced Very 8 digital sorter for fresh cut leafy greens for leaf, of course. It is the world only built feed sorter that can inspect product in air with top and bottom sensor in order to detect and eliminate all foreign materials and product defect. Okay, I want to get to conclusion about my topic. It is the implementation of artificial intelligence and machine learning in food manufacturing in restaurant business is already moving the industry to a new level, enabling less human error, less waste of abundant product, cost save for storage and delivery, and of course transformation and happier customer, quicker service, voice and more personalized order. Robotic is still a quite subtle thing to introduce even for big factories and restaurant business, but it will copy. This is Occupy is niche very soon, bringing an obvious benefit in the long run. Okay, technology makes our business easier. Machine learning and artificial intelligence are very useful for the progress in our business, especially in the determining product and how to sell them. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this event. Happy to see you again and thank you. This is my presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for Mr. Rati. Yeah, and now we go to the next session is Q&A. Maybe any audience, you can raise your hand if you will ask something. Yeah.
Okay, here is any questions, maybe, oh, sorry, we have, yeah, Miss Novita, we have one audience. We will invite Miss Rajeshwari. You can start to ask your question to speakers.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Rajeshwari. I am a third semester student of STEKOM University, majoring in information systems. I have some questions which addressed to Dr. Gururaj.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, the first one is in order to implement this machine learning, so we need valid data as an input. So how to make sure that the data which we put in is valid, so the machine learning can work effectively.
Okay.
Yep.
I got your question. Thank you, Rajeshwari, for your wonderful question. See, for data machine learning, we in data science, we used to call it as data collection. One of the important phase of machine learning is data collection. Data collection itself is a big process actually. Okay, based on your data sets, we can decide the accuracy. Many of these students or people will get the accuracy of 100%, 99% and all with small data sets. It might be 100 or it might be 200. So when you have a large data set, then only we can decide the output will be very valid. So how to collect the data sets? Let me tell you some couple of examples, which what my students are doing, my PG and UG students are doing. See, when we go for, I think you observed regarding cattle or the lameness of the cattle. Lameness is a disease for the cattle actually. Why? Because India is the country in which milk is a major food product here. So the quality of usually the milk will be drawn in the morning and also in the evening. 2 times in a day they draw the milk from the cow. If the lameness of the cow is high, the quality and also the quantity of the milk will be lesser. Correct. So what we used to do, the set of students, they went to village and they collected the images. Then they informed the respective farmers and their daughters and sons to take the photos. And they collected the almost 6 months of data, 6 months of photos of the cattle. And along with that, they also collected the quantity of the milk, how much they drawn in the morning and also in the evening for completely 6 months. Okay, so this is what exactly called as data collection. Data collection, it does not mean that directly downloading the data which is readily available from the Kaggle and putting that to some machine learning algorithm, that will not suffice. Data collection and data cleaning itself is a major work actually. Okay, so you select your problem statement. For that matter, any problem statement might be, and then the first phase of machine learning or data science is you have to start working on data collection and data cleaning. Once after data collection is does perfectly, your machine learning algorithm obviously will does an excellent job. Okay, so I think I had answered your question, Rajeshwari.
Okay. I have one more question.
Please go.
Yeah. So, sir, could machine learning algorithm is also learn about unpredictable forecast? As we know that pandemic is suddenly happened and there is a huge changes in people behaviors or preference. So, what do you say about it?
Please repeat the question, Rajeshwari.
Okay. So, can machine learning algorithm study about unpredictable forecasts? Like suddenly, we are facing pandemic in this recent year. So, like when we are facing some pandemic, there is changes of our behaviors or our preference in order to select some foods or products. So is machine learning also study about the unpredictable forecast?
Yes, I got your question. Yes, wonderful question again.
Yeah, okay.
See, the thing is, see, the food hygienity. You have the question again, Rajeshwari?
Yeah, one more, but I will ask it later on.
Yeah, let me finish off the answer for this. Later, you can ask the question for that. Okay.
Okay.
See, the thing is, when we talk about unpredictability of it might be for the disease, or it might be for the food style, or it might be for anything, we don't know when and what will happen. Okay, so what we can do is we can maintain the hygienity. Okay, that's what I mentioned in my presentation when I was talking about. There is a company in UK called the SOCIP, SOCIP. That is clean in place technology. It will clean all the utensils using machine learning technology. I mean to say some ultra. It will check out the quality of vessels or utensils, how they wash, and see that kind of hygienity is one important matter. And also we have to go for reinforcement learning. I think I explained about wearing the mask, wearing the head cap, and wearing the gloves and all. It's a compulsion right now. Correct. So that also somewhat improves the hygienity of but by which we can avoid somewhat, not somewhat, 100% we can avoid this COVID and unpredictable situation, and by which the machine learning contributes a lot towards this unpredictable situation also. I think I had answered your question.
Yeah.
Rajeshwari, I think you're from India, Rajeshwari.
I'm Tamil, but I stay and was born in Indonesia. Yeah.
You're from?
I'm Tamilian, but yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
I was born in Indonesia and I stay in Indonesia.
No, actually, because the name seems it's from India.
Yeah, my parents also Indian. We are Indian, but especially in South Indian, Tamil.
Okay. Good. Very good. What's the third question? Go ahead.
Yeah. As we know that to implement this machine learning, it needs a huge investment, a large investment from a company. So we can say that a large company or multinational company can implement it easily, like we say Domingos or KFC. But how about mid-term level companies? So is there any alternative? They can use machine learning, but it is low cost.
Yeah, interesting question. See, the thing is, the competing companies, for that matter, you can check out the lot of food and food. I think Ms. Shanti also mentioned a couple of companies like a couple of companies. They are also working on food science and food engineering. I'll ask you. I'll have one, important information for you. The thing is,
Mm.
when you're traveling in the flight,
Mm.
okay, when you're traveling in the flight, I think we all know that the oxygen level will be lesser. When we go higher and higher, the oxygen level will be lesser.
Mm.
Correct? No?
Mhm.
So they used to serve some food in the airplanes or in the flights. Correct? No?
Mhm.
They used to have some, kind of food they used to serve. Are
Mm.
you sure that that food ingredients is compatible when you go with lesser oxygen? Can you have the meat and some non-veg or chicken or something?
Yeah.
Can you have that in your when you have less oxygen? No.
Mhm.
Correct. Why I'm
Yes.
telling this because the complete almost all the industry or food industries, they are working on various technologies using machine learning technique only. Why? Because
Mm.
I mean to
Mhm.
say they're tending towards, not 100% I'm going to tell, they're tending towards using the advantages of machine learning and also artificial
Mm.
intelligence. Why? Because they can around reduce the human burden. When we have completely, it becomes automatic and completely we can reduce the human burden. That is a major important advantage of one of the important concept of machine learning. Okay.
Mhm.
In the other way, what I can tell you is that I know if to come up with the food products to serve in the aeroplane, they have done lot of research. They won't give any food materials in the flights and all. They have done lot of research with this oxygen level. They can
Mm.
have this food ingredients to the person. Correct now. So see, a lot of machine learning algorithms are implementing at food industries nowadays.
Okay. So
I
the
think I had
last,
answered your question.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you
The
have
last.
anything, you can put up a question. And please allow me to share my screen for 1 minute.
No, sir. But my question is, how about the mid-level industry? Like they are probably they have no huge of investment to apply this uh, machine learning. So what is
Yeah. That
the
was,
alternative
yeah.
for them? That is my
Yes, that was I
actual.
was in the way. See, if the
Mm.
as your question is like if some people, if they don't know the knowledge on machine learning, correct?
And the lack of investment fund also.
Yeah, no. See,
Mm.
lot of funding. I'll
Yeah.
tell you one thing.
Mm.
If I have 10 or 15 people in a company and they are giving a salary of something like 1 lakh rupees per month, an
Mm.
example. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of them, if we replace a machine which costs very less and we can able to make them to learn the knowledge on machine learning, I think that will be more beneficial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a way. Yeah, we can do that. Machine learning nowadays, the people are learning all are open source. First point is almost all the resources are open source. You
Okay.
can check out Python, it's an open source. You can check out all the resources available, all are open source.
Mm-hmm.
I think the people can learn and they can aram se incorporate in the industry, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, sir, the last question.
Please go
Mm.
ahead.
So, mm, what the challenges of machine learning application, especially in food industry, in your opinion?
See, that's one of the biggest challenge, not only for food
Mm.
engineering or food science. Before a decade, they used to call it as food science. I think
Mm.
I don't know whether you guys know it or not. If you
Mm.
go back before 10 years, they were not calling it as food engineering. They used to call
Mm.
it as food science. Why? Because the complete experiments, the complete research, everything they used to do with the help of laboratories, with the help of chemicals, that, this, and all. They used to call
Mm.
it as food science. But
Mm-hmm.
as a technological advancement of food engineering, engineering technology, they amalgamated food science with food engineering, and they called it as engineering nowadays. Okay.
Mm.
See, the major challenge or major important, the first important challenge is adaptability.
Mm.
Okay. Initially, when we go for online teaching, I think the people are scared about using the online teaching. Correct. Initially,
Mm.
when they started with the online teaching, they used to scare about how it works, how to adopt to that online teaching and all. But nowadays, the people are completely, completely know how to use and how to utilize the online teaching. These are the challenges we have right now here. The first thing is adaptability, and the second important challenge we have right now is lack of, as you only mentioned, lack of technical knowledge on machine learning and all. That's also a second challenge. And the third important challenge is data availability. Okay, a lot of people having a lot of problems with the data. Data availability is also one of the important challenge for this kind of machine learning. I think these are three important challenges we have. If you allow me, let me share my screen for 1 minute, and I'll have few materials I can share with you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes, it's okay. It's
Yes,
okay.
thank you. Please, yeah, I think I had already shared my screen, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm running a community at my institution called as a Wing Wireless Inter Networking Group. I'm the founder of this community, and we have these are the foreign research collaborators. They are working with me, and we have a couple of universities. They also collaborated. One from India, other part of India, and one from nearest university, Turkey, and they collaborated with us, and lot of events we used to conduct, and here we have a option of checking our projects, publications and all. If you really wanted to work on machine learning, we used to do some projects on machine learning, and please write to us and you can collaborate with us for machine learning projects, or it might be other projects. Okay, and if you want to check my publications, or if you want to check my any kind of books, if you want to write a chapter for the book, or if you want to if you want to write anything, my recent books, chapters, everything will be available here in this website. You can visit this. Okay, like it might be machine learning or blockchain technology. I'll share with the in the chat window. If anybody, if you guys are interested, if writing a chapter to the conference or my journal, or it might be my book, I can happy to visit this website.
Oh.
And if you want to collaborate with my students or my people, you can write a mail to this community. Okay.
Okay. Thank
you.
you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, maybe Ms. Rajesh, any question for other speakers, for Mrs. Santi or Mr. Domingos?
Yeah, Mrs. Santi, would you please? Hello.
Oh, still mute. Okay.
Yeah. So Mrs. Santi, I would like to ask one question. So machine learning can improve sorting product.
Yeah.
So as you said that it can improve sorting product. So is that mean that so many workers which already work in sorting product department can be unemployed because of in terms to implement this machine learning? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have to answer you about the sorting product of employee. Okay, this is about my theory and my presentation about there are food sorter and field developed by you can see on the TORMA, so better processing capacity and availability, and which is give foods more quality and safety. And then a sorter it can via cameras have an adaptive spectrum in the that is a best switch for optical food sorting. And that's it.
Mrs. Santi, my question is, if some company start to implement machine learning in their company in order to improve the sorting product. So is that mean that workers which earlier work in the sorting department can be unemployment?
No, they must unemployment, not what you said, employment.
Yeah.
There is a worker.
Can you fight? I mean,
there is a worker in the company that they're doing a sorter project in their company.
Hello, Kak. Can I ask it in Bahasa maybe?
Oh, okay. You can ask in Bahasa. It's okay.
Selamat pagi Ibu Santi. Mungkin saya akan menanyakannya dalam bahasa Indonesia.
Okay. Yeah, you can continue.
So, Ibu Santi, ketika sebuah perusahaan mulai menerapkan untuk implementasi dari machine learning ini, apalagi itu untuk meningkatkan sorting kan, untuk untuk sorting produk. Nah, ketika mereka menerapkan ini, apakah itu ada kemungkinan bagi karyawan-karyawan yang sudah pernah bekerja di bagian sorting itu akan dipecat? Seperti ada pengurangan karyawan seperti itu, Bu.
Oh, no.
Ya, seperti itu. Soalnya kan untuk menguasai skill dari machine learning ini kan kita juga membutuhkan skill, tidak sembarangan orang bisa beradaptasi ataupun mempelajarinya secara langsung. Itu mempunyai skill khusus. Sedangkan tidak semua pekerja itu pasti memiliki skill khusus tersebut. Lah, bagaimana perusahaan menyiasati adanya nanti pengurangan pekerja oleh karena implementasi dari machine learning. Tapi seperti kita ketahui juga bahwa machine learning ini sangat important, sangat penting untuk diterapkan, apalagi kita juga hidup di era teknologi yang mana itu berkembang secara rapid gitu loh, Bu.
Okay, I think that there would be will not cutting like a worker in the company because of kita kekurangan SDM. So that worker must we must maintain that the workers to work in our company because of the skill is not everybody have it. They can be acquired by a company kecuali oleh dia sendiri. I think that there is. Maybe you can talk. You said that some question for Mr. Gururaj, maybe. Because in this case, I try to explain my presentation material.
Yes, I really don't understand what you spoke, but I understand you called my name. That's all.
No. Okay, there is a nice question from Rajesh, but I try to answer about because of my major is design graphic, not in the engineering.
Sorry.
So
I don't know. I really don't know that.
So apologize about it. So apologize, very sorry about it.
Okay, it's fine. So, Mr. Dr. Gururaj, so my question is, in order to implement this machine learning, is that any possibility to a company to reduce the employee? So, as we know that machine learning, it needs skill also, but not every worker is skilled worker. So, how company can maintain their sustainability, but they didn't reduce their employee, they didn't fire the employee, their unskilled employee? That is my question.
No, it's not about unskilled or skilled. See, when we talk about machine learning and engineering, it's all about engineering or something like a graduate course. Okay, so some people, those who really wanted to learn machine learning, they can go with some courses and they can go with some Python courses and they can learn. It's not that removing the unskilled person and adding the skilled person. It's not like that. What the people will do is, what the the company people will do is, Instead, when they don't have, obviously they will be advanced. See, before 10 years, majority of the people were not at all aware of this online teaching and all, correct? But now all are adapted to it. Similarly, adaptability is a challenge, but everyone will adapt. Okay, so those who are unskilled, obviously, I think I don't know whether you guys know it or not. Before 10 or 15 years back, I think especially in Indian government, they announced that all the government offices, they have to use computers and all. Initially, all they faced lot of difficulties. That does not mean that they are not at all skilled. They removed the jobs. No, it's not that. They make them to train the people. Correct. So similarly, they'll also do in case of the companies, those who are working on machine learning also. Those who are unskilled, they'll give some time and they'll allot the time, or they'll make them to learn the things, and then they'll go for the things. I think you got the logic, correct?
I got the logic, but my point was, see, when a conventional company, when they produce their product, when they do sorting, they do it conventionally using workers. So when a company implement a machine learning, so it means that it's automatically by machine, right? As you said that it can sorting. So then how these workers, what is these workers, how to say it? What?
See, yes, I got, see, whatever the job for that matter, it is not come. See, will you believe the computer 100%?
Yeah, not really.
Right,
Not
that's all.
really.
That's all the answer for you actually. The thing is, see, even though we believe even though the accuracy might be 90%, but we cannot tell 100%. So at least for validation and verification, people are required. The conventional people are required. Correct.
Yeah, the supervision
How
of
can you
the
reduce? How can you reduce?
yeah.
Correct. Yeah. I think you got the logic. See, ultimately, as you mentioned, the conventional process, as it comes to the end, the people got retirement, almost all of them, and they are going to the advanced level. And as you mentioned, even though it is a very conventional company, very classical company, also. There will be the other wing to open machine learning. See, for example, I'll tell you one example for this. There was a tombow sorting. We have tombow sorting. It will classify the tomatoes. It's a ripened tomato or it's a not ripened tomato and all. It is a wing of a company, a small wing of a company as machine learning. It does not mean that the complete industry is completely on machine learning. Clear. So that being, they used to do the research and development, and they will come up with a lot of other things, and they will come up with the outputs. They will come up with the results, and they will perform the operation. It does not mean that the conventional people know they don't have job, they have to go home. No, it's not like that. Equally, there. See, I think down the line, at least 15 to 20 years are much required to completely convert to offline to online. I mean to say conventional to machine learning. Even though machine learning is completely there, we won't believe it completely. There will be a requirement of human intervention. Who will operate? Okay, machine will does the job. Who will operate the machine?
Humans.
Who has to check the count? Who has to check the verification?
Human.
Who has to validate the output?
Human.
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're in which semester? Which year?
Yeah.
Which year of engineering course? Second year. Okay. This and what the course branch? I mean, computer science.
My field is information systems, sir.
Okay.
Software
Very
engineering.
good. Very good. It seems, I think I can tell to Ratya that you are a very bright student, I guess.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Yeah,
very good.
could be. Yeah,
you should be so interactive, and you should be so interactive. Very good. Thank you. Thank you so
much. Thank you for answering, sir. Have a good day. Thank you, Mrs. Santi. Also.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Rajaswari.
Sorry, can make you.
Okay, we have one once again to Miss Anissa.
Somebody raise their hands. Anisha something.
Yeah, Anissa. Yeah. Hello, Miss Anissa. You still mute?
Okay. Hello everyone. So I'm Anissa. I have a question for Mr. Domingos. Mr. Domingos, are you still with us? Hello?
Mr. Domingos? Oh, and still standby here.
Okay, so should I just say the question? Hello? Is he still here? Mr. Domingos? Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Hello. Okay. So on your presentation earlier, that I thought that food engineering is not just about the production, but also the packaging. So is there any packaging that is effective packaging and that is friendly for marketing? Like it's effective and it's profitable, especially in liquid packaging for liquids.
Okay. Hi, thank you very much for your question. So in Timor-Leste, in my presentation, we used to store the liquid in jerk, right? But in the normal marketing, products should be in bottle. So therefore, because in Timor-Leste we don't have industry that produce bottle, so in all market in all local market that selling liquor used to put in jug and also aqua bottle. So this is the case. So I think in my case for this research, we used to order a bottle from Japan actually for the research. For this, I have a model, a bottle, and also the label with the percentage of alcohol, with the breaks, like the nutrition information we put in the bottle, and then we will sell it. But in the reality in Timor-Leste, we don't have this like label and also the level of alcohol. So there is no nutrition information we put on the jug. So that's why I am really concerned to do research with my final year student, and we used to order the bottle from Nagaoka University. The professor who support my research give us like a 200 bottle, small size, medium size, and also big size. So once we promote this liquor in the market, especially for the remote area people, we will bring this sample to them and we will encourage them, please put your liquor in very properly bottle so that it will has economic value instead of you put in the jug. The nutrition, the health might be not good enough for the consumer. Thank you.
Okay, so I have is the packaging currently the plastic packaging is not good for the environment, especially in my city. We do not have those plastic bag anymore to shopping. Do on your research consider that too, for CSR, for the environment?
Yeah, I think in Timor-Leste we do have there are a minister of environmental who really care on the plastic. So their policy is encourage the supermarket in Timor-Leste do not use plastic instead of like the paper package, because they are also concerned on the environmental issue in Timor-Leste. Like in 4th April, there was a flooding in Timor-Leste because of one issue of because of the plastic. So once the heavy rain happen, the plastic is come to the river that might be bad for the ocean and also for the river, and also maybe really affect the people who live in close to the river and also the ocean, and also the species in the ocean. So the Timor-Leste also really care on put on paper package instead of plastic. And also in my case, for Tuasabu, we encourage this coming Monday I will go to Los Palos, and also another incoming week we will go to very remote areas just to promote how to store the liquor in proper way instead of you put in the jar. It might be not really good for the buyer.
Okay.
All right, thank you for the question.
Thank you to Mr. Domingos for the answer. I think that's it for me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we have two questions. This is for Mr. Domingos.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is from Rizka Safina. She asks something with the sum of poultry and the technique of the production. Do you think the product will last long? I mean, compared with the grow vs production type of the traditional alcohol. Yeah, Mr. Domingos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for the question. I think in my previous last slide of PPT, I already mentioned this is going to be my fourth device modified. The first one was not good enough, and the second one also not good, and the third one is not good. So now we are in the stage of fourth modified device. So we are, as a researcher, we are keeping to develop the research that the device can provide very good solution for the consumer. Because as engineer, if we give the bad device to the consumer, then we are not promoting our technology. Therefore, because I'm working with my professor from University, who still promote me to keep doing research, so that once we release the device, guarantee that the device can produce very good quality of liquor. For the I think I have doing research like already almost 4 years since 2007 until now. I'm still doing research, just like comparing our device with the device that the community use in the remote village, and then we also measuring their acidity and also pH and also alcohol level. So comparing to our device that we have been produced so far, in terms of quality, in alcohol, we produce the very high alcohol quality, and also in terms of the taste, we also have very good taste, and also and also timing. As I mentioned before, that this device can produce liquor within 2 hours only, compared to the commodity that they used to produce like 12 hours in a day, and then the amount of liquor in very small amount. So I think this device is very effective instead of timing and also quality. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for Mr. Domingos. Yeah, now we have a last question from Lukman to Dr. Gururaj. Are you still with us? Oh yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. For question, I want to know machine learning for color syrup products. How and what sensor are used for data retrieval so that it can be processed using machine learning and the results are clean, not contaminated or the mixed liquids. Yeah.
No, I'm not getting. Please come out again.
I want to know machine learning for color syrup products. Yeah. How and what sensor are used for data retrieval so that it can be processed using machine learning and the results are clean, not contaminated or the mixed liquids.
Okay. See, the thing is, it's not about color identification and size, color or size. It's not about sensors. It's about image processing. It will take the images of, it might be, for example, apple and tomato, for example. Both almost similar. They are in red in color. But the second parameter, the size, almost same again. The third parameter, the specification, the structure. See, it's not about the sensor. It's about the image. It will take the image of the things and it will compare and then it will put into the respective things. It's not sensor nodes. It's going to use image processing technology with pattern recognition.
Excuse me. Hello?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Can I add one more comment?
Yeah.
The question previously? Can I?
Yeah.
Yes, you can answer also.
I think most of people are now facing COVID, right? COVID in Timor-Leste is very, very harmful. And we are now experiencing the Delta variant as well. But now I am in my office. Let me say that my device is produced to alcohol. And also after we got the alcohol, then we would like to make it spray for the washing, hand sanitizer for hand sanitizer, and also like I think there are two kind of hand sanitizer, like spray and also gel. So two of my students are going to make a research on producing spray and also gel, which is used palm juice. Just to clarify the previous question. Okay, thank you.
So first of all, wonderful. It was Domingos. It was really good, actually. Wonderful research.
Okay. Thank you so much. Maybe any question from the audience? If you have a question, you can. Okay. Mr. Ahmad Zainuri.
No, Miss Anissa.
Okay. That is still mute. You can unmute this first. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Ahmad Zainuri, it's still mute. You can unmute. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for Ms. Afiqal Azizah. Okay, I would like to ask you, Mr. Gururaj. Yes, I would like to ask you about, is there any task cannot be replaced by the application of machine learning? Example about taste cannot be standardized through machine.
Please, yes, good morning. Please come out again.
Okay. Is there any task cannot be replaced by the application of machine learning? Example, about taste cannot be standardized through of machine. Example, sweet, bitter cannot be standardized through machine. Okay, thank you.
Very good. It's a fantastic question. See, the taste cannot be exactly what you said is right. It's all about past experience. Okay, how the kid will learn. I'll give a very underlining example. How a small baby has born. The baby is same as a computer. Baby don't know anything. What you used to teach first are alphabets, A, B, C, and all. Then it will come to know it's an English language. Correct? No. So if you give a baby something like small sugar, what it feels, it's sweet. Okay. So if you give a salt, it's somewhat salty. The kid will learn this is salty, this is bitter, this is sweet. Similarly, with the past experience, how the kid came to know with his past experience. Correct? No, I ate sugar on that day. It was sweet. I ate sweet on that day. Something like salt on that day. It was salty. I ate something bitter on that day. It was bitter, based on his past experiences. Similarly, for the machine also, based on the past experiences, it has to predict. For example, I will give an input like a salt of 10 mg, 10 ml, or 10 spoon, a small amount, 200 ml. And plus, I will combine that with water. What should I get? Obviously, sweet water. How the system knows? System don't know anything. System don't have any taste hormones. How it came to know? Based on the past experience. Correct? I think I had answered a question. It's all about past experiences. Okay. Similarly,
So
yes.
So need past experience for
Past
both
experience. Yes. Answered your question?
Oh yeah.
For yes.
Okay, Mr. Ahmad Zainur, you can continue if you have any question.
Okay, Miss
Please.
Gururaj. So need past experience for about
Experiences.
this.
See, for example, I will give a computer that a of 1 plus 2 is an alphabet plus operator and operator with an operand. It will give the addition. An example. Correct? No. If I pass the computer, if they pass the input as 5 plus 4, what it will give? 9. We all know that. If you give a bigger number, 10 plus 10, it will give what? Okay. I have two numbers. I have an operator. What is the job I have to do? I have to add it. Correct? Similarly, for the computer also, we have designed a system. One second. Let me share the screen. It was developed with my same presentation. I'll open 1 second. Same, the gastrograph. Okay. If I combine bitter with salt, which is the dominating one there? Obviously, bitter is the dominating one. Correct? No? So it's all about the based on the past experiences. Okay. So I think I had shown this. If you remember. Okay. If you remember, this is the one. There was a company called Gastrograph. They're developing the food products. You don't want to test it in the things. The computer will give the taste. Computer will give the inputs. Correct? No. See, how you know if you for example, you don't know for example, you're a vegetarian, pure vegetarian. Okay. So how you know the taste of some new product? By experience. Somebody will tell. Or you will experience for the first time. For example, you'll taste the Maggi product, for example, noodles, for the first time. You feel it is good. Or some, it might be chicken or whatever. Once you, in the first time, once you eat, you feel it's good. Correct? No? So in the next time, what you'll say? Yeah, I want to have the chicken. The thing is, it's all about the previous experience or past experience. Similarly, based on the data, for example, 10,000 lakhs of data will be used to train the model, machine learning model. Based on the past data, the machine will say whether the food is tasty, whether the food is salty, whether the food is this, that, and all. I think I had answered your question.
Yes, okay. I see with your explanation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're most welcome.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahmad Zainuri. So we have one question again. It's for Mr. Domingos. Continuing to the question from Miss Anissa, will the environmentally friendly packaging make the product price competitive in Timor-Leste?
Okay, thank you very much, Anissa.
Oh, sorry, this is from Miss Ratna, but she is continue with Miss Anissa's question.
Okay.
Miss Ratna.
Let me share with you my experience in Timor-Leste. We have a lot of supermarket around in Dili, which owned by Chinese. Yeah. So the Chinese actually they don't obey the regulation. Actually, they have their own plastic, which is provided by government, but they still selling in there. So once I came there and they put my stuff in the plastic. But one day my experience, I mean, this is my experience when I visit to have shopping in Chinese supermarket. I bring my own package. My package, that's made in locally. I bring there and they put my stuff in. So this is one thing that contribute to local people. Instead of you buy plastic which is produced by maybe it's produced from Indonesia, I think. They bring it to Timor-Leste and then spread in all supermarket in Timor-Leste. So if I myself as a lecturer who should promote local product and who should promote concern on the environmentally. So therefore, in my case, like Tuasabu, I want to encourage my people to use the bottle that I provide from Japan, because it's healthy, and then I think it will be very good price. I think so.
Yeah.
I think Miss Anissa, this is my recommendation for Miss Anissa. If you want to come to visit Timor-Leste, you can have very further research on the environment for people using the plastic and also the local origin that the package that the local people made. So this is my recommendation for you. You can come visit Timor-Leste anytime, so we can have research on this kind of issue which you arise in this seminar. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer, Mr. Domingos. Maybe any question others? I will check it first. In chat that is the last questions, but maybe any questions again for audience. If you have a question, you can raise your hand and I will invite you here. Okay, I think there is nothing. Okay, so Ms. Navita, any question other?
I think no question for any audience.
Oh, okay. So because of nothing question again, so I think we can close it, and I will close it right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Rati, if you wanna ask some questions. Or no or yes. Oh, yeah. That is still okay.
No, thank you, Ms. Azida, but I would like to say hello to the speakers, Mr. Gururaj and Mr. Domingos and Mrs. Santi. It's a privilege to have you, amazing speaker here in our webinar. Thank you very much.
It's wonderful to see you. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Rafi.
Hi, Mr. Domingos. It is our first time here.
Thank you so much, because I just having trouble with my internet connection, but now I'm able to access for this webinar conference. So thank you so much.
Really, it's an honor, our honor. Thank you very much. You may continue, Miss Azeda.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Rati. Okay, so now is we come to the end of international webinar today. So we would like to say thanks again for all speakers, Mr. Gururaj, Mr. Domingos, Mrs. Santi for excellent informative and presentations, and also Mr. Joseph will give us time to do it. So thanks to all of audience for joining and active participation. Hope you get a lot of knowledge and benefit from our international webinar today. So if we have some mistakes, we would say sorry. Always use masks when you're going out. Always wash your hand and use hand sanitizer if you go out from your home. And also hopefully you will always be healthy and avoid COVID-19. Then we can meet again on our event again. And thank you for your attention and good afternoon. See you on the next international webinar. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gururaj. Thank you, Mr. Domingos. Thank you, audience.
Mr. Domingos, thank you very much.
Yeah, see you on the next international webinar.